Hey, it's Melbu, and today I'm here with some things I've learned on my journey through Night City that will be helpful information to stay alive and thrive in this neon jungle. Now let's get to it. So a thing I feel that some people will overlook is exploring and looting this game. It's packed with tons of places to explore and to find items for crafting, healing, food items. Sometimes you may even come across a rare item, so it pays off to spend some time just poking around and maybe not running from mission to mission. And that segues into my other tip. There is no need to fast travel everywhere. You will run into tons of random events happening all over the city that you can get involved in. Some will be good and some will be a pain. The ones that are a pain are the ones that involve cops. If you don't want to have NCPD on your ass the whole time, you might not want to mess with the cops. A big thing I found out a little late is that headshots in the game are not a one-shot kill, which came as a surprise to me because you forget with all the guns in this first-person game, it's not just a shooter, it's a complex RPG, and each gun has its own crit rate, and headshots most times will not be a one-shot drop. Also, another thing I'd like to add is that guns have a ton of kickback in this game, so I wouldn't say just, jamming on the trigger, trying to shoot as fast as you can is the best option. Sometimes just tapping is better than just holding down. And cover is super important in this game. It has a lot of features where if you're behind cover, it'll aim for you at the side if you're trying to look at an enemy, which I think is a cool thing instead of having a mechanic where you have to mount on something. So honestly, cover, big thing in this game because you'll take a lot of damage if you're not finding cover. I had heard from some people that in your cars there's also a stash point. I don't know if my game is glitched, but my bike won't show a stash point. And I even went as far as doing a mission where I buy a car to see if a new car would have a stash point, and that was not the case. The only car that I've found that has a stash point is the original car you get in the beginning of the game. I don't know if that's a glitch for me, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please let me know in the comments below. As I learned in this side quest, guns are not for all situations. Sometimes you need to pull out a melee weapon and go to town. Honestly, it can be pretty fun since guns have a ton of kickback, and if you're fighting a very fast enemy, it may be time to pull out a katana or a machete. Also, another big thing I would say is save often and also utilize autosaves, because sometimes you'll be in a mission that's heavy dialogue, and how you choose your dialogue will dictate how the mission ends, and sometimes you can fail a mission. And honestly, I don't know about you, but me, I don't like to have a failed mission in my journal, so I make sure I utilize the autosaves so that I can go back, figure out what I did wrong, and do it right the next time. Make sure in a melee fight you also utilize blocking and timed blocking, because it honestly can save your life. You don't want to over block because you'll eat up all your stamina, but if you time block, you can then parry and counter, which does more damage than just a normal attack. One thing I'm learning as the game progresses, food is more important and useful than you think. All over the map you'll find food and drink, and each item has its buffs and debuffs attached. Some can heal you straight up, some can have an auto recovery effect for a short time on your stamina and health. Also, it's funny to have your character drink some alcohol because it gives the screen a weird motion effect. I kind of just find that entertaining. And for my final tip, messages are super important. Check your messages all the time. You may find a random new mission in there, and some of them turn out to be really cool side quests. And also, there's a lot of missions where it involves you messaging the fixer after you're done with the mission. And some, I've had a couple times where it's a little buggy and it's not really responsive, but it usually sorts itself out in a minute or two. But you're gonna need to use your phone a lot more in the game than I thought you would. So just make sure you're checking your messages all the time, and maybe calling, some people, your fixers, seeing how they're doing. Maybe they might have something for you. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, like and subscribe. I plan to and really want to do more Cyberpunk videos because I love this game. How do you feel about the game? Do you love it, or do you think it was overhyped? Let me know, and as always, have a great day.